right, now the moment of truth. Did that work? Yes. Good. It did work. That is a relief. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Scott. This is a stream all about fixing things. More specifically, this stream is all about working on ScumVM, a engine for playing old games on new systems, and adding support for Macromedia Director, which is a multimedia player that was incredibly popular for most of the 1990s. It was kind of, you know, if you played like a kind of 2D multimedia heavy title or catalog or something, chances are it was probably written in Director, because yeah, it's literally used in thousands of things. So this stream is going to be slightly different. Previous streams, normally I've just kind of like picked a game in advance and gone, all right, okay, let's try and kind of just specifically work on that. This stream, I'm bringing back a something I tried in a previous stream, which is no longer archived because it was such a mess. Like, every technical problem under the sun happened, and I think we tried we tried a whole bunch of stuff and it didn't quite work. But you know what? It's been like a year. Many things have changed. Who knows? It's probably going to work this time. And hopefully this time it'll be kind of like a shorter stream, and by shorter I mean kind of under 2 hours. Previous streams, it's very easy to kind of just get carried away and just keep pedaling away at things. So no, what we're going to do is we're going to bring out the we've talked again to Reg Grundy Industries, and we've brought back the Macromedia Director prize wheel, the Macromedia Director Lucky prize wheel. Oh, that's right, it's got the gotta have the music. There we go. So what we have here, we have from ScumVM's list of thousands of director titles, we have a selection of 100 on this wheel. None of them I've actually had like a proper look at. At least I don't think I have. All of them are beneath Director 5, so up to including Director V4, which means that they'll at least start. Maybe they'll kind of not quite work, but that's part of like what we're kind of doing here. The other thing is, of course, I don't actually have all of these. So what we're gonna, when we pick one, I'll first check every charity shop in Australia to see if they have a copy in their kind of software bargain bin. If they do, that's good. I'll get it couriered over here, and then we'll actually be able to try it out and see if it runs in ScumVM. And honestly, like we're basically just gonna have like a quick look, see if it's got any kind of like DLLs. That's usually the killer. Like if a game has a bunch of custom DLLs that we don't support yet, that basically means that the game is probably not gonna, I mean, it might struggle a bit, but it's not gonna get very far. But maybe it could be something we could hack around. Like we'll just kind of like, we'll have like a probe round. We'll see what kind of looks good, and yeah, just go based on vibes anyway. All right, well, without further ado, I think we gotta spin the wheel, right? And there could be yeah, all right, spin the wheel. It could be anything. Like there was so many good titles on this wheel, but we will soon see what it is we're going to get. Could be time. Oh, it's not Time Gal. A Field Trip to the Sky. I think I'm going to actually spin the wheel again, because we tried this one on the deleted episode thing of the wheel. It wasn't very good. Also, I think there were issues, but yeah, I not feeling a Field Trip to the Sky. Let's try this. Let's spin the wheel again. Music came back. Gotta sort that bug out with the lucky prize wheel. Escape from Planet Arizona. That is an intriguing title and a half. So let me just quickly pull some strings in the background. Alright, where did my browser go? It is here. Hey, Baron Von Kitty. Hey, Velsol? Hopefully I said that right. Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to look up Escape from Planet Arizona. We're going to check every single charity shop in Australia to see if they have it. Or indeed, even if they know what it is. Like, some of these games that are on the list aren't actually games. They're just like little preview titles, which sometimes the charity shops don't keep them because they're just demos. From Planet Arizona. What have we got? Okay, no, it's a CD-ROM. And I believe... Yep, just cross-referencing here, because, you know, there's a few different charity shop names, so I've just checked Good Sammy's. I'm now putting in a request with Vinny's. Okay, no, but here we go. Found a copy with. Yeah, all right. So it's the Vinnies and Aubrey Wodonga actually had a copy. So I will just prove to them that I am who I say I am, and we'll get that going. Cool, and apparently that'll take... Okay, this charity shop's a little ways away, so we'll just leave that going in the background. In the meantime, I might just go into like which... while we kind of wait for the charity shop to bring up the goods, I'm just gonna have like a quick dig around in some of the titles that I've got going on in here. Actually, you know what? I'll show off the one that I've been working on. This is actually like a very kind of interesting title, which was, I believe, originally like a museum piece, like it was like, or a gallery piece. Yeah, someone from the Australian Centre for the Moving Image reached out to ask if we could get this particular title running, and as it turned out, we were like that close to Director 5 support that we could. So technically, I think this is the first Director 5 game that we properly, fully support. So we will kick things off by running that, I think. Oh, come on. What did I call it? I must have called it that. Yeah, and we'll always run it in our debugger, just in case something bad happens. But it's not going to, because so much effort has been put into Qt Machine already that everything is going to just work. Alright. I need a third screen. There is just too much stuff going on. Streaming director. Oh wait, do I have a... Oh no, I do have one for this. Okay, I should be using that. No, do not show Twitch. Do not show Twitch. Let's come down. There we go. Alright, so this is Qt Machine. We'll just let the intro start. So you kind of it starts off in this sort of kind of weird menu screen with all these icons just appearing in various spots. I think the best way of kind of describing it's like a kind of... It's an art piece that's talking about, I guess, like the role of cuteness and like cutesy designs in... I guess just pop culture generally, and just kind of how it shapes up perspectives of like what is and isn't kind of aesthetically pleasing. And it kind of just takes it to like a very kind of strange, some might say like a little bit, well, I don't know. Like, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Let the artwork speak for itself, because I'm obviously, like, kind of mangling it a bit here. But, so we'll just pick, like, the main one here that's here in the middle. And as you can see, you click on it to go in. And here we are in the womb. So it is now, I guess, kind of, like, filled up with, like, all this fluid. And I guess we're doing some kind of, like, don't know how to describe it. Well, I guess we're looking for kind of like genetic material that'll be kind of useful to create our cute zygote, as it will. But here we go. You can see here there's like a slightly kind of pulsing pod here. So I'll just crack this open, and you can see here we've got like ourselves a little fetus-like thing. So we'll just wait for this to kind of fade in. The fades are kind of like a little bit weird. I had to eyeball how they were coming into Director 5. They are slightly different compared to Director 4. But here we go. Here is our kind of our zygote. So I think you have the option of either like kind of pelting it with these blobby things, or you can just do a scan, which I think is what this button does. Oh no, there we go. So here it is. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that not at all frightening? Scan, I think? Oh, no. That pelts the hormones. If you click on it, then here we go. Alright, so at this early stage, you can see here that the zygote thing can't really like live by itself. It's still kind of completely helpless. Now, this is kind of like a weird artifact that I'm not sure is like a bug with the original that we're just kind of interpreting properly. Like that green thing is a different sprite, which happens to be in the right slot. So maybe it's just that we're not dealing with undefined behavior properly. Sorry, I'm just catching up with chat. That transition to the main movie, to this movie, wasn't correct. It looked too dark. Not sure. I'll probably have to like check that. Like the transitions. Now that I think about it, I probably will have to check this with the original, because I'm not sure because I know in Director 4, like there is, with the fade to blacks, it still leaves like the white bits as like full strength, and they might have gotten rid of that in Director 5. So that part I need to double check, but anyway, so you can see, so we can just like give it a few more chemicals, grow it a little bit more, do another scan. Here we go, substantially dependent. It's like, that's an improvement. Hey, okay, what happened there? How did, what? Alright. Sorry, let me switch back to desktop mode. That apparently broke address sanitizer? Do I get a backtrace? No, I do not. That's never happened before. Anyway, we'll start again. It's, yeah, we're not really missing too much. I'll speed back to where we were. Back here. Oh, right, the fade from, do you mean the fade from this screen, Seb? Like, I think the original was very fast. My memory may be, like, sketchy on that, though. Anyway, grab another one. So there are actually, like, a few different, kind of cute zygotes that you can find. Like, this here is, like, another male-coded one. But yeah, you can see here, like, still precarious. We can give it chemicals to grow it up. We'll just go a couple of steps to where we were roughly before. Parental guidance. Yeah, because... Sure. Modestly vulnerable. And, I think like a couple steps left. Stable. Like, that seems alright. Like, stable seems kind of like the optimal place to be. But we got a couple more steps left. Robust. Don't you just want to be robust? But, you know, what's the step after robust? It is obviously... I guess you just have a fully formed kind of cute infant Cupid doll thing. Cute adventurous. But yeah, you can see like that kind of white cutout thing. I think they might have removed that in Director 5. I'll have to double check. Anyway, that's one of the modes of this particular kind of exhibit. I think it's actually like a few different discrete previous kind of pieces by the same artist that are roughly on the same thing. Here's kind of like the more kind of, I want to say, I think this is the violent one. Yeah, this is the more violent one. And like, one of these has like more context about what this is all about. This is not one of them. Like, it's basically just like, hey, like all of these cute people. So like you, we'll just pick this one, and you basically just every time you click the screen, it just gets like, yeah, it's one of those. It's like every Flash game from a certain era of Newgrounds. But don't go too far, or else... Whoops. Indeed, Mad Moose. Much kawaii. See? We're sorry. Yeah. I'm sure that somewhere in here there's actually like... you know what? I'm going to try and find the weird explanation that it gives for all of this, because it's one of these. I think that's exit. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's the key. Yeah, alright. So, this is about neoteny, or pedomorphosis. The retention of fetal or juvenile traits by retardation of developmental processes. Neonety is an evolutionary process where a species retains the fetal or juvenile traits of its ancestors. As the species evolves, it becomes increasingly infantile. Neonetic characteristics. Bulbous prominent forehead. Round bulging cheeks. Large low-lying eyes. Relative hairlessness. Larger brain in relation to total body size, causing a protruding forehead. Voice more highly pitched. Elasticity of body. Short stature. The ability to weep. General roundness and pudginess. The traits of neoteny are simply the traits of juvenescence. This neotenic process allows a species to reach sexual maturation at a less advanced stage to develop as its predecessor. Yeah, so like, I'm guessing like the kind of message behind this entire thing is that like, there is a direct link, I guess, between the increasing sort of kawaiification or kind of cutesification of, you know, childlike figures, and I guess that kind of leads directly into, yeah. Yeah, this kind of idea that, oh, I'm kind of lacking the words to describe exactly what this means, but yeah, it's basically just kind of saying, yeah, you know, maybe there's something else to this kind of very common trait in media. So, yep, so it basically just kind of goes on and on and on, kind of ascribing this sort of very sort of, what's the term? Phrenological explanation for like, oh, this is the reason why everything is kind of so cute. Yeah, like, yeah, the extent of our popular enchantment with all things cute is testament to the fact that human beings are clearly on the path to neotenic perfection, to be truly and permanently juvenile, and to be an eternal state of cute utopian bliss. Yeah, and then I think this is kind of just some, apocryphal stories of examples of this. Julius Coleman, professor of zoology at the University of Basel, coined this term in order to describe the process of transformation whereby newts and similar creatures mature sexually while they are still in larval form. Yeah, so it's kind of... You don't like how that text is rendered? As in, like, the text in the text box? I believe that it is a bitmap. In fact, we can check. We can check with the debugger. At least I think we can. Or we'll see if we can read it. Draw... what's the... Oh, yeah. Draw cast. Yeah, right. So it's white on white, so maybe we can't see it, but... yeah, it's all basically looking like bitmaps that I can see. So maybe it's slightly off, or maybe that's just how it originally looked. Oh, there's like... Oh, there's a cutoff, but I think that's just because I turned on the debug. So if I like draw cast, or draw off... Yeah, I think that, like... Yeah, the cutoff of the B on the left is a bit weird. Maybe that... Yeah, the kerning is a bit off, but it is also a bitmap, so there's not very much we can do in ScumpyM about that. Anyway, so... Yes, so that is, I guess, kind of the basis of a lot of these simulations. So what do we... Oh yeah, okay, this button just lets you change the palette, which is kind of a good test to see, have I screwed up the palette code? This I think exits. I think the one other thing that we haven't tried yet is this simulation here, or this thing here. So I believe that's right. So you get to kind of, I guess, like pick the cute zygote that you want to kind of mess with, and then you can either kind of I guess this gauge up here kind of like tells you how cute it is, and you can either increase or decrease. So if I decrease it, then you can see, oh, I went too far. So I've apparently kind of, oh. That seems to be a regression. I don't think it should have changed the face there. Like, it should have just stayed with her. Like, if I do that again... Like, before it would definitely remain on the same one, so... yeah, that's kind of weird. What else can you do? More disturbing imagery. That's just kind of part of the course. There was like a... If I go like all the way to 0, you can then trigger something up here, I believe. different face again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like double check if that's not what the original does. But I mean, you can kind of see what the deal is. Oh, is there one other thing that you can do? Oh, that's right. Yes, you can. So of course, like we saw what happened if you so if I like pick another face, we'll pick this one. I mean, you can go all the way down here and then get shouted at for breaching the universal neotenic standards, and then other end of the scale. Ah, the face remained that time. You can scale it all the way up. See, doesn't that look better? And I think if you go like... You know what, Sev? You are not the only one who will be given lasting nightmares by this. It is very, very strange. And that's about it. I think that's pretty much all the activities that you have in this particular piece of software. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, we did that, we did this. What was this? Oh, that's a palette change, and then you can leave. So that was the cute machine. A very strange, I guess would you say like art installation? Yeah, you kind of, well, I guess like that's the question, Mad Moose. It seems it's deliberately sort of undermining its own message about cuteness because it's trying to say that like I guess part of the reason why cuteness is so valued is because youth is valued, and quite a lot of the time not in a particularly healthy way. So it is trying to, I guess, balance that, square that circle, or at least kind of like, you know, take it to the next logical extreme of like, okay, if we're in a future where this is valued above all else, how is that going to manifest? Probably in some kind of like really creepy, I don't know, I guess eugenics-y sort of form. It's kind of grim. Like, the more you think about it, it's kind of grim. And I guess that's like why it's kind of so starkly, you know, so starkly like sickeningly, overwhelmingly cute most of the time. Yeah, all right. So the charity shop is almost there. I'm told there's 4 minutes left on the charity shop. So we will we'll have like a quick look at another title. This is like the directorable. This is like the folder of Director 5 stuff, which I still have not fixed. What do we got? Do I actually have anything in the Director 2 folder? Oh yeah, I've got Alice and I've got Spaceship Warlock. Like Spaceship Warlock is definitely... So like, Spaceship Warlock is one of the games that is kind of, I guess, supported in ScumVM, or like one of the more kind of prominent supported games, but I don't have, I haven't actually played it to completion. I've only like played through the first few scenes. So, and it is something that I'd like to kind of like do a full playthrough of at some point, but yeah, I don't think that this stream is kind of the game that I kind of want to do a Spaceship Warlock. We can do another, we'll do like a short one. We'll do like another, we can play Yak and Rodent for a little bit. See if I get any further than I have before. Hannah Choco 05, I think it is. This is like a perfect game for kind of like plugging a few minute gap. So where did my streaming window go? Come on. Hold. Oh wait, there we go. So in this particular game, you're kind of a dog with a skull for a head. At least that's kind of how I'm reading it. You're here on this kind of Cartesian grid. Oh, hello. There are occasional, I guess, enemy dogs which kind of like try and go at you, and you can see here that you've got like a kind of a power meter here. You can also change the direction that you're going in Cartesian space, which is what I'm doing now to just get away from that. And I guess I believe that the premise is basically just like, this is like a dog just kind of like wandering around simulator. Like you've basically, you know, you're a street dog and you just have to survive for as long as possible. And the rules, I guess you're kind of meant to figure out organically, but I never have. The code is quite complicated. I have been tempted to just kind of read through it a few times and see what's going on. Oh my god, there's so many bad dogs. And yeah, when you move your mouse to the top of the screen, you jump a bunch. When you move your mouse off the bottom of the screen, then you dig a hole. And you can then just move around in 2D space. Oh, there's a bird. Where'd the bird go? Oh, and you can click the dog to pat it, which is nice. Ooh. Oh, and I think you're drinking from the fountain? I think that's something you can do. I don't know. I've never been able to like find out how to boost this power meter. Like it seems like it should be something that you can find a thing to do. Oh no. Oh no. This isn't looking good. I died. He's off to his own planet now. There we go. We got 1 point. That's Yakum Road and the stray dog simulator. I've been meaning to try like some of the other, like there's quite a few games in these kind of like mini games in this Hanachogo series that I've been meaning to try out. This is the one that I just happen to have handy. I will definitely get the others because this is really interesting. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, alright. So we've got our thing from the charity shop, so I will just grab that. So this is a map game, which means that we have to kind of like do a little bit of spade work to decompress it. Okay, it's also in Stuff It format. Do I have Stuff It? Is there a Stuff It? Or do I have to load up the... Oh no, there is a... There is a Stuff It bin. Let's get that. But yeah, we're gonna have a look at Planet Arizona. Oh, that's the other thing I can do. So hang on, I'll just where did my thing go? It's here. All right. So thanks, Hanachoco. Where did my Stuff It window go? Yep, okay. Is there an expanded? Oh, unstuff. Downloads. Where did I put the charity shop thing from? Oh, Planet Arizona. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me try that again. So I'm curious to know what this Planet Arizona game is going to be. I just said it was multimedia. Actually, does Twitch have Planet Arizona in the... Does it have it in the thing? I'm not sure. Let me... Oh, here we go. Alright. Now we're gonna just quickly check Dumper Companion. Because it's a Mac title, we gotta run it through Dumper Companion to get the stuff out. This is gonna have such a good payoff. I know it's gonna have such a good payoff. Yep. Do all of that. Cool. Oh, were they not, were XMed chugs not being processed? That is entirely possible. Okay, so we've run into our first snag. It can't find the game data. That's okay. We can make ScumVM aware. Alright, so it's looking for an exe or a program called oh, it's in data. Ah, okay, so it's in manual installation. So let's be cheeky and see if you can... Oh, is it... Oh, it might actually be a Windows compatible as well. You know what? No, I'm gonna double down. Gonna manual... Gonna try doing that. Because ideally, right, whenever we have a game in ScumVM and it's possible to just run it flat off the CD using a hack, that's what we do, rather than forcing people to boot up a VM and do it that way. Okay, this may or may not work, because, I mean, like, the trick with this, right, is that ScumVM thinks that everything is on, like, the root drive, including the CD, so it might freak out if we try and... I mean, it shouldn't. It should be just treating this as, like, being... Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how well the devs coded this. Oh, it's still not found. Come on. Come on. What did I do wrong? Did I type manual installation wrong? Oh, do I have to do it as a... Do I have to do it as like a Mac path? That could be the other thing. Anyway, the other way we can make it work, just quickly for the purposes of getting to the point. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Already I can tell we're not going to have a good time because it's using QuickTime VR, which is one of the big things that we don't really support at this point. It'd be nice if we could. Like, QuickTime VR, so much cool stuff uses QuickTime VR, and there's been talk of getting it working, but we don't have it yet. But nevertheless, I might just quickly... I'm just gonna have a... You know what? I'm gonna have like a quick squiz at the CD from the charity shop to see that if it's a dual type ISO, like the kind which has Windows stuff on it as well. Because sometimes... Yeah, it's a dual one. Okay. Because gonna... okay, it's a dual one, but at the same time... Oh, hang on. No. It's a dual one, and it has Arizona in a different folder. So we'll give that a try. Because occasionally the Windows editions are slightly easier to run than the Mac editions, just because they don't use so many weird xobjects, I think is the... Alright. Bear with me one moment. Ooh, error splicing file, input-output error. Okay, it really didn't like kind of the dual file system thing, so... Alright, let's scratch getting the Windows one for now. Let's just do Mac. Yeah, dual type ISOs can be kind of weird sometimes. For now, how do we... So what's going on? Like, yeah, so it's definitely kind of those kind of... Manual installation, yeah, that's... So I did that. What's it saying the deal is? Huh, okay. No, this is... I see. This is a Scott screwed up problem, I feel. Hang on, that's weird. Alright, so it's doing... so it found... Alright, so it found the program, but the loader isn't working. Okay, that's something we can probably fix. Or probably we should fix, because other stuff is going to be busted. Alright, so... Start off. Tell me more about Planet Arizona. It's empty. Okay, I see. Right, so this is... Alright, this is a bit problematic. This implies that either the ISO is busted, or more likely the web version of Dumper Companion didn't do it right. So that's sometimes a risk we have. Like the web version of Dumper Companion is written in JavaScript and can occasionally glitch out for things like this. So I'm gonna get a second opinion. I'm going to remove all this. I'm gonna use the version of Dumper Companion that comes with it. DevTools. Dumper Companion. Install macfs. Okay. ISO help. So we'll use Planet Arizona, and here it's not in Japanese. And let's go. Tell me about manual installation. Huh, that is also zero size. What the freak? Okay, oof. But the... Oh. Hang on. I think stuff it might have see, what doesn't work here, right, is that Planet Arizona... yeah, see, look. The archive, which is compressed, is 393 megs, but the thing that I extracted is 150 megs. So, thanks, stuff it. Yeah. Alright, well, we'll do this the right way. See, Aladdin Software would have wanted us to do it properly, using an actual Mac, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open our stuff at archive on an actual Mac, just to keep them happy. Let's get Unix, home, Scott. In downloads. Oh my god, this is just a mess. View by small icon. Oh, by size. Or just by name, sorry. Then we'll go D for downloads. Mac? Oh, that's right, yeah. It's... Already I've forgotten what it's called. Planet Arizona. Of course it'd be Planet Arizona. Planet... Arizona, okay. So, where did I put stuff at expander? Is it on the root volume? Stuff at expander. Here we go. Okay. Okay. I may have actually, you know, I've kind of made a mistake in that I believe that means it would unpack it to the downloads folder, which, because the downloads folder doesn't have a resource fork. Huh. Alternatively, it could have just unpacked it literally anywhere, and I have no idea where that is. Thanks, stuff at expander. Alright, change plan. I'm gonna copy it to the root disk. Then we'll unpack it. Then we'll make it. I mean, it's an ISO. It should literally be no Mac binary or anything. So I'll just copy here. Oops. Alright. I've been a little bit wasteful. Untitled? Does Untitled have enough space? Sugar. Alright, we don't have enough space. Retrotech is bad. I've decided. Did it come on, it must have extracted it here. It didn't. It literally didn't. Maybe it gave up. Oh, maybe because I hit stop. Alright, we'll let it do its thing. Because the alternative is deleting a bunch of stuff to make room or making a new disk image, both of which would take forever. Oy. Still, thank you, charity shop, for using stuff at expander to compress your art. Oh my god, no. No. That's not gonna help. That's not good for anybody. Stop. Alright. So what are our options? We've got... okay. I guess the laugh's on me for not using a Mac, which would, I guess, be able to run modern stuff at, which wouldn't have this issue. But... alright. Oh. There is... okay. Change of plan. Ignore stuff it. Stuff it... oh wait, no, the issue is the ISO, isn't it? Okay. Frustrating. That's really frustrating. Okay. Well, we're off to a strong start on the no technical problems stream, in that we can't really find a way to like quickly extract this with stuffit. So I'm gonna call Planet Arizona a bust for now. I'm gonna call it a bust for now. So we're gonna spin the wheel again. Admitting defeat at the the hour mark, the hour and a bit mark. Alright, so this looks to be a title in Japanese. I'm hoping that the director source code will tell me, you know, a anglicized or a Romanji name for it. Oh wait, Zaibatsu. Okay, it's a demo for a demo for Zaibatsu Bank. Getting the feeling the charity shop might have this one, but never hurts to check. Interesting. Okay. Well, the only hit that the charity shop has is in a PC98 collection, and given that this is a Macromedia director game, I'm gonna say no. No, I don't think that's the right one. So, sorry. Again, we're 0 for 2, but I've got a good feeling for number 3. Life's greatest mysteries, such as why are all Macromedia director games so freaking hard to get running? Okay, this has got a good feeling about. Okay, life's greatest mysteries. Come on, I know one charity shop's got to have this. Oh my god! All right, so life's greatest mysteries isn't actually the full title. The full title of this game is apparently called Bob Winkle Solves Life's Greatest Mysteries. And it is listed under Educational Anatomy and Factoids. And would you believe it, yes, the Salvation Army in Rudy Hill has a copy of this, so we will be trying this out. Let me just order this in from the International Charity Shop database. I'm hoping Rudy Hill has got a better courier service than the Vinnies, so I am hopeful that we'll be able to get this slightly quicker than we did the other one. Okay, so yeah, they'll so that's probably going to take another 10. In the meantime, while we kind of while we sort that one out, what I wanted to have a look at was like just another Hanachoco game, because we tried Hanachoco number 5. That was quite fun. I haven't tried any of the others in the series, and I reckon that, yeah, like small kind of cool little indie games like that. That's, you know, the gems, the unpolished, the you know, the unfound gems. Okay. So let's try Hanachoco number 4. Bento. Alright. Let's have a look at Henna Choco number 4. Oh wait, I still got the other one up. No, not you. Okay, so what do we got? We got a little guy on some fried shrimp. Gotta love some fried shrimp. Oh, he's in a car. Okay, and we got player 1, computer, and computer. I'm gonna go for... Okay. And, I saw it was in like a little car. Is this some kind of... Oh, okay, and that turns music on and off. Ah. Oi, oi, oi. Ooh. Okay, so we can come in here. We can... I guess these are things to eat? They look... Oh no, are these like trinkets? Oh, okay, so we've got like a bento box. We've got a truck. We've got the creepy dog from Henna Choco number 5. We've got some melon. Oh, and I've got like 8,000 yen. I assume this is yen. You know what? I want to take a bento. Ooh. Oh, I get to design my own bento. Okay, this is sick. All right, this is really good. All right. How do I... Oh, okay. I can drag the... Okay, so I can drag that. Okay, what do we got? We got some... Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, this allows you to... Whoa, alright. Alright, we'll get some... get some... Tamago? Am I allowed to get tamago? Oh, alright. We'll get some udon, maybe? Cold udon? Or maybe it's vermicelli noodles. Okay, like several different types of noodles to go on here. Oh, here we go. Okay, this looks fried. Give me the fried thing. Okay. Okay, so you press that to like, I guess, pick the things you want. Oh my god. All right. So we got yeah, all right. So we got some sashimi here. Whoa. That's like a whole it's like a whole steak. Maybe a bit much. I'd feel bad for not finishing it. But let's go for... That looks like tuna, and I do like tuna. It's not clear as to like if that's meant to be draggable or not. Let's just have a quick look in the debugger. Draw cast. All right. Let's do a thing. There we go. So that is 132 channel 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm just opening the debugger here. I am going to have a look at the channels list, which basically just gives you every single thing that's currently in frame. Let me just switch back to desktop mode, because then you can see the proper console. And I believe it was in channel 11, which had the sashimi. Well, okay, it's got puppet on one and movable on one, so that seems like yeah, so okay. So something's busted with our code, so we should be able to drag that, and yet we can't. Or rather we can, it's just very flaky. Because like if I go back in here and because like I should be okay, now I can drag that. It's very laggy, but I mean we can drag that. So I'll take my sashimi. So pick another thing. But like all of these things. Okay. Okay, that time, like, see, look, I'm trying to. Okay, that time I could drag it. That time I was allowed to drag the fried shrimp. Oh man, okay. I kind of wish I'd like save some space now because I really want some. I'm actually quite hungry. I really want some tempura. Like that looks like vegetable, like some kind of vegetable tempura maybe. They really give you a lot of cool stuff. Oh, and okay, so we've got like croquettes. More fried stuff. Oh, is that crab? Oh, wait. Why isn't it going... Isn't it going backwards? Oh, there we go. There's a crab. Alright, well... Yeah, so something about that is sketchy. It should have grabbed it immediately, but it's not. So... And it's all in the same movie. Which frame? Frame 81. Okay. Keep that in mind for later. Okay. Oops. Oh, I don't want to turn drawing back off. What other buildings we got? We got this one here. Oh no, we were at that one. Interesting that this has got kind of English captions. I can't remember if the previous screen had English captions on it. Oh, I see. Like they're all kind of like noodle stands. All right. Well, what if I like picked something that wasn't bento? Okay, this time, okay. Like all of these things. Oh, I see. Okay. That's interesting that like the bento is clickable, but the remainder kind of is not. Or at least it doesn't look like it's clickable. Like, look at this. This is just a heat map. It could be that because like the script for the game is searching for like places that you click on the screen, and we're not dealing with that properly. Okay, and there's just like, I guess, ordinary people like talking about the noodle stand. Yeah, alright, the ghost trails are a bit weird. Draw off. So I mean, okay. The bit where you can like build some... has my money gone down? No, my money looks like it's... Oh, it's gone up. It's gone down a bit. It's gone down a little bit. Well... But... Yeah, it's basically just kind of like a build your own sushi box type thing. Like, it seems like there's some kind of like larger kind of simulation thing going on. Like, can you interact with these people? Can you poke them? Yeah. It'll be interesting to compare with how this runs just, I guess, on regular Windows. Oh, and that's the other kind of, like, strange thing about well, at least with, like, Henichoker number 5, which is the one that we played before, which is that the Windows version has, like, a greatly reduced color palette. Like, they really kind of... Yeah, like, they really went to town kind of, like, dropping, like, all of the 16 color images to 4 colors, etc. Whereas this looks fairly colorful. Like, it doesn't look like they've done too much of that. But anyway, I can see that oh, here we go. Okay, so Bob Winkle Solves Life's Greatest Mysteries has arrived from the charity shop, so we will wind up with Henichoker number 4 right here. But yeah, that is very good. I will have to come back and investigate why dragging stuff from the bento box doesn't or is, I guess, so sticky. Like, that just seems wrong. Anyway, close that. We're gonna go to okay, don't have a virtual CD mounted, so we'll mount this. Ooh, okay. I see a bunch of write documents. This bodes not so well for it having, because I'm pretty sure that, like, out of the box QuickTime, oh sorry, that Director doesn't support write files. And oh, maybe it's the demo. Maybe the demo. I mean, oh no, it's Director. It's pure Director. Okay. Let us... You know what? Let's just try it. Let's just try it in situ and see what happens. Run media Scott LGM setup. Yeah, all the content's in here. Life mysteries. I should run this in the debugger, but you know what? Let's just kind of... This is the issue-free stream, so we're not going to run it in the debugger because we have faith that it's going to work. They say as the error comes up. All right, game data not found. That's not too bad. We can figure this one out. All right, so develop ScumVM engines director. Oh, okay. No, it's already set up to do the right thing. So we'll try that again, but this time from the root of the CD, which, to be fair, we probably should have done. Oh, and we'd have to do anyway, because if the movie was kind of fetching resources from the CD, it would expect the CD to be the root folder. Okay, we're back in business. I really wish it wouldn't just show my Firefox window as the default. I wish it would just go to ScumVM, which is the one I have here, and go. promising. Is that a fig leaf? Alright. Here we go. It's a guy on a big stack of books. Is this our guy? Is this the hero? Yes.
Eureka! I've done it! I've just discovered the answers to life's greatest mysteries. Hello. My name is Bob Winkle.
Hey, Bob.
Here on this scroll are questions to some of the greatest mysteries life has to offer. Click on a question and your journey begins. Or, if you prefer, use the menu bar above me. Either way, we'll explore and learn together. So if you're ready, let's get started.
Bob talks a big game, so some of life's greatest mysteries that maybe you out there have are here on this this old-timey scroll held by our pal Bob. Well, okay, so alright, does chat have any preference for body, curiosities, mind, or sickness? The 4 genders. Because, I mean, if there's I'm very tempted to go trend towards sickness. All right, so already we've got ourselves some. I'm just going to show this off. So in the background, we already have like a kind of a scripting issue here where it is trying to generate a path for the, I guess, this audio folder, and it's just assuming it's called LGM from, and oh, I guess because that's like the installed path that like the default installation path for the CD, and it is it's not quite working, but anyway, we'll mask muse. Okay. Just for the record, this is what maskmuse.aif sounds like. Yeah, definitely kind of, it's like mistcore is how I would describe this music. Soft strings, bit of oboe, maybe clarinet. Anyway, so that's, you know what, you know me, I want to look at sickness. All my life's greatest mysteries are about sickness. Right, okay. We've got AIDS and HIV, we've got Alzheimer's disease, we've got cancer, we've got colds, and we've got headaches. Well, I happen to, you're right, Mad Moose, it's the most masculine music that I could think of. So, I don't know about you, but I'm a frequent partaker of headaches. They are, like, one of life's greatest mysteries to me, is why I always seem to get a headache as soon as I get like 2 days off. So, you know what? I'm going to take you up on your offer, Bob. I want you to tell me everything you know about headaches. Okay, how about what causes a headache? Alright, well, hang on. So, we have our first scripting issue here. It's called to an undefined handler consumer dropping one stack item. So so it uses so you can see here it uses like a custom X object to I guess jump between. But I mean, I'm looking at the folder here and there's like a whole bunch of director movies. So maybe the right files aren't used, but it's just this consumer.dll. Let's have a quick look and see what's inside the consumer.dll. So short version, right, is that like with Macromedia Director, they do give you a they give you a C API, and quite a lot of people back in the early days used it to basically just kind of like sometimes they just use it to bodge over like little things that didn't quite work, like the palette handling, and other times they used it to basically just kind of add in entire new subsystems like QuickTime VR, or just do kind of weird stuff behind the scenes. And what we're going to do here is we're going to run the universal hacking tool strings on consumer.dll, because each of these DLLs does include like a text file explaining all the methods in it. Like that is a very handy thing to have, and we can see exactly how much stuff there is. Consumer dialog object. Okay. So it, yeah, right. So it gets crap from window.ini, shows the, okay. I see how it is. All right. So it looks like it basically just kind of opens a bunch of windows, forms, dialogues, which I'm going to say like kind of like not the most crucial thing in the world to have, but presumably what's happening is that there's something that's kind of blocking the what do you call it? There's like a script that's running and it's wanting to kind of like open a Windows dialog, perhaps, and we can't get past it because it's causing Lingo to crash. So are we in a script now? No, we're not. What I want to do is and I'll switch to zoom mode. So first thing we're going to do is going to debug flag enable lingo exec to turn on the code tracing, and then debug level 5 to give us the full kind of code dump in the terminal. Going to run that. Going to go what causes a headache, and then back out here we are going to have a look and see what goes on. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to have a listen to mainsick.aif, which is, yeah, you're right. This music is fully sick. What is going on? Why is it crashing? Okay. So it's trying to open consumer.dll. Question locked. Why is the question locked? Do you have to do it in an order? Are you just kind of teasing me with like which of life's greatest questions I'm allowed to ask? All right. But in the meantime, we'll just have like a quick look at exactly what they're doing with getWinTool. I just want to have like a quick look at what's going on here. Like, we are probably going to jump around a little bit using cheat codes, aka the debug console, because it takes a little while to like make some stubs and everything. Okay, so we have here get Winkle, which is the method which loads in our custom xlib consumer.dll. What does it do? It opens the xlib. It then tries to assign it to a variable. It calls read setting, which is one of the methods from the thing. And if it doesn't come back, then it throws an error. Oh, right. Is this the CD check? Okay, great. Directed Games, everyone has written their own CD detection routines. They're all different, and we have to support all of them without breaking anything. It's great. It's a perfect system. Nothing should change. Alright, well, the thing that was calling it, though, was this question locked, which it calls the Winkle, and then it tries to do a bunch of stuff, which I'm not sure about. You know what? Maybe if we just like maybe if we Okay. So I think that maybe we can kind of like fix this, quote unquote, fix this, if we smash out a stub that replicates that consumer.dll, but that's going to take like a little while. So in the meantime, I want to cheat. I want to jump to another. Here we go. Let's go to movie headache.dxr. What causes a headache?
This headache is killing me. It feels like my brain's about to explode.
She's wrong, you know. It's not your brain that hurts during a headache. In fact, your brain can't feel any pain at all.
Oh,
because
well,
it
that makes me
contains
feel
no
better then.
pain-sensing nerves. But the structures around your brain, like the muscles, arteries, eyes, ears, and sinus cavities, are very pain-sensitive. And that's what hurts during a headache. But what makes them hurt in the first place?
It is truly a mystery. A greatest mystery, if you will. This little progress bar down here is interesting. Like, I thought it might have been broken, but it's moving now. So we've got spasms, change in blood vessel. Wait, okay. No, I missed some of the. Okay. So pausing is apparently. Okay. So we've got a bug when dragging the little the progress bar. We've got a bug kind of messing with the pause button. We've got quite a few bugs actually, but anyway, we'll continue playing. All right, when the frontal, occipital, cervical, and temporal muscles tighten, they compress pain-sensitive structures. Where's Bob? How come we're not getting yeah, right. Yeah, so the real cause behind headaches is just like clamping a big vice to your head. You shouldn't do that, and then your headaches will get better. I know Baron Von Kitty. Like, it's just as simple as that. Like, they didn't have they didn't have our mate Bob Winkle here to kind of just explain, no, your brain isn't exploding. You're just, you know, it's the stuff around it. I'm like, see, the headache's gone already. Just get rid of the giant wooden vice. Or enlarge your blood vessels. Just like make them bigger. Like pump them full of, I don't know, pump them full of air or something. That'll fix it. You're exactly right. You just got to take off the clamp. It's you know, it's basic science. I also get the feeling that we should be like like, this seems very quiet to me. I'm having a look at the debug log in the background, and actually, hang on. I don't want the lingo exec messages now. Like, it kind of feels like this should be sound, but I don't think we're getting any. There are a ton of cast members. I'm just checking to see if any of them are... Oh, and some of them are sound. Oh, chances are that, like, maybe that's screwed up as well, because, like, the half of the other sound files is a bit off. But the movie's played. This is all very strange. Certain foods, alcohol, excessive smoking, hunger, fuck, stress. Okay, that sunlight one, that's true. Like, that's what kind of, when I think it's kind of more like a kind of symptom though. Like, whenever there's like really bright light, like that, just, I get very photosensitive, like during a headachy thing. Ooh, what do we got? Factoid. As many as 8 million people in the United States suffer from migraine headaches, which are 3 times more common than women and men. Oh, and you get more factoids. The tendency to have migraine headaches can be inherited. You'll never you'll never get rid of them because they're inside you. Traction inflammation headaches are rare, accounting for less than 5% of all headaches. I feel so much better after hearing that news. Oh. There are only 3 headache factoids, as we all know. Yeah, okay. I see. Right. So there's meant to be narration, and the narration is busted. Like, I'll play a sample of the narration. Cause yeah, again, like the path for all of this stuff is a bit cooked. So it's weird that it wants it all installed from the hard drive. I thought the whole point of having a CD was that
And temporal muscles tighten up due to spasms. They compress pain-sensitive structures in the head and neck.
Yeah, okay. So all this stuff is actually narrated by our mate Bob, but due to director emulation problems, it can't find the files. But how do we hack that? Actually, you know what? No. Hang on. Oh no, it's loading it from the cast. Loading from the cast. Excuse me. I'm just having a sticky. So one of the things you can do in now that's interesting. So one of the things you can do in Director is you can just say, hey, I've got a file that's called this. Can you please figure out where it is and play it back? Oh, here we go. Okay. Here it's actually got the file name specified and the file name is cooked. That is unfortunate. But... But it could, I mean, that's the bit I don't, yeah, the bit I, okay. So what could have been, what could have happened, right, is that maybe that custom settings DLL blob lets you change whether or not, like, the audio is from the, it checks whether or not the audio is on the CD or not, and the code has been, like, tricked into thinking, hey, all of the crap is here, when it's not. So I've had a bad idea. I've had a terrible idea about how we can fix this. Nobody look. Just pretend everything's fine. Pretend that I'm not kind of just chopping up the game just to make it work, because that's not something that we want to do. But yeah, so to kind of explain a little bit, like obviously like in the original systems and everything, you know, you'd have a hard disk and you'd have a CD-ROM drive, and Director would kind of like, you could tell it to check either spot. In ScumVM, we don't have the concept of individual drives. We just have the one drive, which is, I guess, wherever you start the game from is the root directory. So technically, if I was to make a folder called LGM from, based on this, and actually I don't even have to like make a copy. I can just set up LGM. Oh wait, I got it around the wrong way. So link this to LGM from. So if I did that and then we quit this, like this should hopefully bodge a bunch of things to start working so that we can test a little bit more. Life mysteries. Oh, no. I've changed my mind. I want the debugger. I want to be able to fix things if they break. Leave. Okay. So we have our CD and we have our fake hard drive. The menu will still be broken, but we can at least kind of skip to the articles and have it still work. So let's movie headache. And this time,
This headache is killing me. It feels like my brain's about to explode.
stop. Oh yeah, that's right. The slide is cooked. You know what? We've heard enough of the headache one. Let's go to the. Let's learn the other mystery about headaches. And the mystery about headaches is called headache.dxr.
Are there different cures for different headaches? Yes, there are. In fact, the cause of a headache dictates the treatment. Most headaches are caused by one of four things.
Public domain cartoons are apparently the
Muscular
biggest cause of
spasms in the
headache.
head and neck.
What was that scene? That made no sense.
Changes in the diameter of blood vessels in the head and neck.
Okay.
And displacement and/or inflammation of structures in the head and neck. To see how each of these headaches is treated,
we get to
click the
explore
appropriate button.
headache
When you're
remedies.
finished, click the Done button. Before taking any kind of headache remedy, you may want to consult your physician.
You may, but seems, I don't know, Bob makes it sound kind of optional. So, I don't know about you, but when I think about like debilitating headaches, I immediately think surgery. Please choose a headache cause. Oh, then pick a remedy. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume, you know, because I think muscle spasms was the one which had the vice over the head. So I'm going to say you need surgery to remove the get rid of the vice.
Doesn't work.
Oh, what?
There's no ethical
on.
surgical cure for a tension headache. Surgery doesn't work. There's no ethical surgical cure for a tension headache. Surgery doesn't work.
Oh no.
There's no ethical
Okay.
surgical cure for a tension headache. Surgery doesn't work.
All right. Well, okay. I'm actually gonna like start a little notepad of like things that I need to fix. Okay. So one of them is progress bar a bit cooked. Sound clips loop on whatever the name of that headache movie was. This thing. And file system needs an alias. File system picks wrong path. Okay, we'll try a few more of these. Okay, so what have we got? Muscle spasms, antibiotics.
Antibiotics don't work.
Oh, come on.
Antibiotics are used for combating infection, not for muscle relaxation.
Right. That time it didn't loop. It was just surgery. But okay. Okay, one of these things has got to work. Caffeine.
Caffeine doesn't work. Caffeine constricts the arteries, and it doesn't eliminate the muscle spasms that cause tension headaches. Caffeine doesn't work. Caffeine constricts the arteries, and it doesn't eliminate the muscle spasms that cause tension headaches. Caffeine doesn't work.
I guess we're stuck on caffeine.
Caffeine constricts.
All right. Well, we'll use cheat codes to get back to. We're gonna have to watch the intro scene a bit again.
The arteries, and it doesn't eliminate the muscle spasms that cause tension headaches. Are there different cures for different headaches? Yes, there are.
Next time I'll
fact,
keep track of like
cause
which
of the
frame has got the
headache
menu
dictates
so
the
that we don't have to kind of go back. So we'll just go
Most headaches are caused by one of four things.
caffeine.
Muscular spasms in the head and neck.
Sound clip has a
Changes in the
Ooh,
diameter of
script
blood
error.
vessels in the head and neck. And displacement and or inflammation of structures in the head and neck. To see how each of these headaches is treated, click the appropriate button. When you're finished, click the Done button. Before taking any kind of headache remedy, you may want to consult your physician.
Okay, well, and the pictures of the pictures disappeared. Okay, well, I'll just assume you can click it. Well, let's try exercise for muscle spasms, because I know that this one actually does kind of work for me. Like, usually, like sometimes if I'm feeling just like a little bit bad with a headache, yeah, doing some stretching or going for a run actually helps.
Muscular
Where'd the picture go? Why is there no picture? Okay. Firstly, what frame is this? This is frame 74. Okay. I'm going to reload the movie.
Muscular
There we go.
spasms cause tension headaches, which account for about
Exercise.
exercise works.
Hey.
Exercise can relax the muscles that cause tension headaches. It can also cause your body to produce endorphins, which are natural pain relievers. Exercise works. Exercise works.
Okay. 74.
Muscular spasms cause tension
that's
headaches,
cooked.
which account for
Oh, I think that the issue has got something to do with this menu up here.
about 90%.
Because in the background there is a bunch of warning messages about updating this, and I think that these get updated dynamically based on where you are.
all headaches.
Muscle relaxing drugs.
Muscle relaxing drugs work. By relaxing the muscles of the head and neck, these drugs relieve tension headaches.
Okay.
Muscular spasms cause tension headaches. Aspirin and acetaminophen work. These drugs are analgesics that work by relieving pain in and around the muscles. but not by relaxing the muscles.
No.
Aspirin and acetaminophen work. These drugs
This
are
is I'm gonna
analgesics
call
that
shenanigans
work
on
by
this one. Aspirin and, well, definitely kind of paracetamol for me. Do nothing for tension headaches. Ibuprofen, yes, love the ibuprofen. Don't eat too much, you'll get a stomach ulcer. But aspirin and acetaminophen, like, is that similar to paracetamol? I'm not sure. I don't know my pharmacology. Anyway, we'll
pain in and
let's. Okay, what have we got? Blood vessel diameter. I guess the. Well, I mean, like, we can pick some of the obvious ones here. Like, I'm sure that it's gonna, like, whinge, you know, it's gonna tell me things like, I can't solve my blood vessel diameter problem by antibiotics.
antibiotics don't work. Antibiotics
Yeah,
are
see,
used for
look, not with that attitude. 74.
muscular spasms cause
How
tension
about
headaches.
oxygen?
Oxygen works sometimes. Inhaling pure oxygen can
Hey,
relieve the
that's all right.
pain of a cluster headache by constricting the arteries and
Oh, it is American for paracetamol. For Barrel-Kitty. Yeah, I kind of assumed it was because of, I guess, typically they kind of like bring it up next to aspirin, and like, I guess normally they call it, like, Americans normally call it Tylenol, don't they? But that's like a brand name, so I sort of get that.
muscular spasms cause tension headaches, which account
Alright.
for about 90.
Oh, maybe did I go too quick? That's all right. All right, blood vessel diameter. Tell me about aspirin.
Aspirin and acetaminophen don't work well. These drugs are effective for minor headaches, but have no effect on the blood vessel diameter changes that cause migraine and cluster headache pain.
I guess that kind of tracks.
Aspirin and aspirin.
Nope.
Muscular spasms.
How about if I go to like a slightly different
Muscular.
frame? Okay. Well, I think we've learned like most of what we're going to learn about headaches from here. We can kind of assume that, like, you know what? I am kind of curious to know if surgery is recommended for any of them. I'm guessing the answer is going to be no. Like, that's kind of going to be the message that they're sending through all of this. Okay, so apparently high doses of aspirin can help migraines. Thank you, Baron
Muscular
Buckety.
spasms cause
Ah,
dyspnea.
all right, one more time. I'm sorry that we have to sit through the intro again, but like, this is important. Movie Gedekudexer. And then frame 74. Okay, displacement or inflammation. Does surgery work?
Surgery works.
Way.
In the case of brain tumors, swollen blood vessels, or infection caused by incorrect anatomy, surgery can relieve the source of the headache pain. Surgery.
All right, see you, Baron Buckety.
works.
Thanks for stopping by.
In the case of brain tumors, swollen blood vessels, or
Well, you heard it here first. Surgery fixes everything.
infection caused by incorrect
As
anatomy,
long as it's a headache
surgery
based on
can
displacement or
relieve the
inflammation. Otherwise,
source
it's very,
of
very
the
bad.
headache pain.
Caffeine. Does caffeine...
Caffeine doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Okay. I think we've learned everything we need. We've solved life's greatest mysteries about headaches. Let's pick another area. LGM. That's it. So we'll just go back to the menu to just see what we can sort out. All right, so we have body, curiosities, mind, and sickness. Well, let's even things out. Let's look at the body. I mean, I would have thought sickness is kind of an extension of the body, but apparently not. Circulation, sight, and skin. I didn't think that circulation was actually that much of a mystery. Like, it was kind of... I guess if you don't know a lot about, what's it called? Like, I've forgotten the word for it. Like, the pressure. The tube pressure. Not pneumatic pressure, but like, had this drilled into me for like several years at engineering school. Hydrostatic pressure, that's the one, yeah. So like the idea that like because of, you know, you've got the heart which is kind of creating like a pressure source, and then you have like the blood vessels which produce a pressure drop and stuff like that. You know what, clearly I need to be taken to school because I'm still considering, you know, this is still a mystery. Okay, sorry, no, I've gone too hard. We've got, can the brain survive without the heart? What makes our hearts beat continuously? Why do our legs fall asleep? Why do people faint? Why do people have different blood types? We gotta know. We gotta know, can the brain survive without the heart? That just goes without saying. Okay. Alright, now I just gotta figure out like which of these movies is the which of these movies could be about that? I would have thought they would have like ones with heart in the name, but not really. There's like, let's see the blood type one. Oh, okay. Yep, I see it. Alright, we're gonna learn about, can the brain survive without the heart? And a little place I like to call Brunnenherzdruckser. Oh, and that's the other thing. I should probably check to see if Twitch has this game in their database. Because sometimes they do, and you know, you gotta rack up those. You gotta do that SEO. And what was it? Life's Greatest Mysteries. It was... It would be pretty cool if Twitch have this in their game database, but I don't know if they're going to have it. Actually, can I just set it from here? Edit. Didn't have... How about Bob Winkle? You got Bob Winkle in your database? I've got Bob Winner. Would you believe it? There is no Twitch category for Bob Winkle's Life's Greatest Mysteries, but more's the pity. we will continue and learn about, can the human body survive with, can the brain survive without the heart? What? Okay. Why did it, did I... Oh. Oh, I typed it wrong, sorry. Movie Bruno Hurt DXR. Okay. What? Alright. So it's meant to be playing a whole bunch of audio here, and I can see that, like, if we look up the cast, yeah, alright, so we've got a... So actually what we're doing is we're kind of taking this a little bit too literally. So you can see here that all of the sound clips that are trying to be played have a file name, a very complicated file name, video projects, untitled folder, audio 2, GIL 013, and apparently what the engine is trying to do is it's just matching the last bit, or or you know, maybe it has a go at the file name first, but then it's like, screw it, can't find it, let's just go match the last piece. Or maybe it just kind of like progressively cuts off bits of the path until it goes, oh yeah, audio 2 gilo14.arf. But okay, that seems like some functionality that we need to fix up. Okay. Path for cast member can be need to be progressively checked. It's a shame, like that video kind of looked quite interesting. Okay, well, alright, we didn't get the brain to the heart one, but what have we got here? How about... eatlot.dxr, okay. That's got my interest piqued. Content warning on this.
Hurry, hurry, step right up and see the world's most amazing married couple, Jack Sprite and Della Dimples.
Okay.
Here we see them having their usual dinner. But what's this? Della's meal is half the size of Jack's. So, what accounts for their differences in size? It's one of the world's greatest mysteries. World's greatest mystery? Not really. The reason some people can eat a lot without gaining weight is really quite simple. They burn the same amount of calories as they consume. Ah, but what controls the amount of calories you burn?
I'm sure this is going to
age
age well, this advice.
Energy is your metabolism. Your metabolic rate is a measure of how active your metabolism is. Let's take a look at the metabolic differences between Jack and Della. First of all, Jack is a man, and on average, men burn about 20% more calories than women. Why do men use so much energy? First of all, Jack is a man because they typically have more muscle mass, which requires more energy to maintain. And men usually have less subcutaneous fat, or fat beneath the skin, than women. And men usually have less subcutaneous fat, Since subcutaneous fat helps trap heat in the body, men lose heat more easily than women of comparable size. Therefore, a man's
just kinda
metabolic
gripped by
rate
the
has to be
animation.
higher to replace the extra
really
lost
something.
heat. Unlike Della, Jack exercises regularly. During exercise, his metabolism can increase up to 20 times higher than his basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Unlike Della, your BMR is the amount of energy your body uses to fuel the heart, brain, and other organs when you're resting, and other organs when you're resting, and other organs when you're resting. Over time, regular exercise raises the BMR.
So like that looping seems a bit off. I just want to quickly check the cast here, because like all of these they all have the looping flag set. Oh no, no, take it back. Some of them have the looping flag set. That is... Though I'm not sure how much... Yeah, I'm not sure if that's actually set from the cast, though. Or if it's just a default. Yeah, like... Why would they set it? Like, that seems very strange.
Why? Because exercise increases muscle mass, which requires more energy to maintain, and it usually decreases the amount of fat present in the body.
So already I can see a few holes in this
Higher
explanation.
Metabolism is because his thyroid gland is slightly overactive. Jack's overactive thyroid releases a larger than normal amount of chemicals called thyroid hormones into his bloodstream. These hormones actually speed up his BMR. Jack's overactive thyroid releases a lot. Meanwhile, Della's thyroid gland is slightly underactive, which means her thyroid releases a smaller than normal amount of thyroid hormones, and so her BMR is slower. Meanwhile, Della's thyroid gland is slightly... And lastly, while Jack is eating a lot of food, most of it is low in calories and fat. And lastly, while Jack is eating Della's dinner, however,
I feel like this is conflating
high-fat
several potential reasons.
Here's something interesting. The food Jack is
I get that it's kind of
actually
difficult to have a
requires
one-size-fits-all,
more
but like
energy
the
for
answer is
his
not to just
body
have like
process than the food Della is eating. The food Jack is eating actually requires
it feels like it's
more
comparing cheese and
energy
chalk
for
and
his
saying they're the
body
same
to
thing.
process than the food. That's because Jack is eating foods containing protein and complex carbohydrates, which have to be broken down by complex chemical processes in the body. And of course, these processes require energy. That's because Jack is eating foods containing protein and complex carbohydrates, which have to be broken down by
looping is
complex
kind of doing my head in a
chemical
little bit.
processes in the body. And of course, these processes require energy. On the other hand, Della is eating food containing mostly fat and simple carbohydrates, which take hardly any energy for the body to break down and are more readily stored as fat. On the other hand, Della is eating food...
That sound.
Weight control all comes down to one equation. Weight, the amount of calories you take in, the amount of calories you versus the amount of calories you use as energy. Versus any imbalance on this scale causes weight loss, any imbalance or weight gain. While the virtues of exercise are certainly obvious in raising your metabolism, the most important exercise you can do to control your weight is this one. It's called the dinner table push-up.
And of course, what would be a 90s explanation of, weight gain and weight loss without, a tried observation? Just eat less. Yeah, so I'd say my main takeaway of that, they, well, the human body and metabolism, very difficult to kind of like sum that up in a nutshell, which is what they've done. And they've also done that by kind of like conflating several very, very, very different factors into the one person saying, oh, it could be this, it could be that, could be that, could be this. But like, yeah, I feel that they've kind of, like, this is one of those cases where they maybe should have like played up the mystery angle a little bit more. Like, there is still kind of science kind of going into determining like whether or not there is a sort of rheostat for weight inside the body, or rather kind of like that, which would kind of explain why people who do actually, who basically eat healthy and exercise a ton and, watch what they eat and starve themselves, and yet somehow their body still kind of like gravitates towards a larger weight. Like, that explanation wasn't really covered here, but again, it's a reference CD from 1995. They're unlikely to have, I guess we're just lucky that they only mentioned eating less once. Okay, well, let us pick, let's pick another one. Where is, what's the movie? LGM. Okay, curiosities this time. Common or uncommon? I think we'll do uncommon. Right. Can blood-sucking leeches heal us? How do Siamese twins form? What happens when a person goes into shock? I want to learn about leeches. Tell me about the leeches.
Thought I'd do a little fishing today. Oh, I think I've got one already. I think this leech is a keeper. It might seem strange, but these little animals have been used in
How did
medicine
the leech
for
jump like
centuries.
half a meter out of the water to get on your leg?
Leeches are blood-sucking worms that live in water, and they've
Good observation, Sev. The text up the top is a bit cooked.
been used in medicine as far back
Actually,
as the 1500s. During that time, doctors thought that illness was caused by ill humors or
I really need to
poison.
redo this debug code so that it does a shadow, so we can read it.
To get rid of this
But
bad
yeah, it looks like a
blood,
text cast member.
physicians of the time subjected their patients to a variety of bloodletting techniques. These included everything from opening up a vein with a scalpel to applying leeches to their bodies. By letting the bad blood out, it was felt that the patient could begin to get better. Although rare, doctors today still use leeches for certain medical treatments. When fingers, toes, ears, or other small appendages have been lost due
No
to a
prizes for
traumatic
guessing where they were,
accident, these structures can
inspired by.
often be surgically reattached. A critical part of this surgery is successfully reconnecting the arteries and veins that have been cut. Sometimes there are complications during this procedure, causing a blood clot which blocks the blood vessel. The openings of the cut vessels being sewn back together are only as wide as a pencil lead. So you can imagine how easily a clot could form in this small space. The blood clot
What's going
causes
on with
blood to back up into the reattached area, making it swell and turn blue. The blood clot causes blood to back up into the reattached. This is where leeches come in. They are applied to the skin around the wound. But what on earth for? Well, as the leeches suck the patient's blood, they release a blood-thinning chemical, or anticoagulant, which dissolves the clot and helps prevent others from forming. They also stimulate circulation in the area because their sucking causes more blood to flow from the body through the appendage and into the leech's hungry mouths.
Ah, who knew?
In addition to an anticoagulant, leech saliva also contains a local anesthetic, or numbing agent, which keeps the patient from feeling pain at the area of the bite and unaware of the presence of the leech. A third ingredient of the saliva is an antibiotic, which keeps the attachment site clean and free of infection.
So what I'm reading from this is that really to solve headaches, just apply leeches, because their nature's kind of wonder.
Isn't that fascinating? That a
The
creature
drug.
as repulsive as the leech could actually be beneficial to medicine. And I'll tell you another little secret. They make excellent bait, too.
I can answer that for you, Sev. It's the cuteness that was worse. That was, yeah. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. Alright. So that was leeches. So looking at our kind of short list of stuff that's broken, the progress bar down the bottom, that's not good. The sound clips looping. Again, that seems to be happening a lot of the time. File system paths, that wasn't happening here, but then again, like, I'm looking at the cast from the terminal, and I reckon they're going to be in that C folder. Yeah, the LGM from audio. So it's just because I put in that hack that all of the sound files are working. And then the caffeine. Oh, there was like a script error on the headache cure ones. But surprisingly, oh, and the menu is broken. So we've got like got a work cut out for us. Okay. So, you know what, we've just been kind of like, we've been tiptoeing around like life's the real greatest mystery in all of this, and I think we saw it in the menu back there. Why does your leg fall asleep? It definitely can't be anything to do with circulation, otherwise like applying leeches would fix it, so.
Dwayne Newman doesn't know it yet, but what appears to be an ordinary moment in his workaday life is about to become extraordinary. For you see, Mr. Newman has been seated at his desk for several hours, adding up hourly invoices and cash settlements for the law firm of Dewlap and Dillweed. He's about to get a cup of coffee, and for the first time in a very long time, Dwayne Newman will uncross his legs.
Can I say, Twilight Zone references very topical in 1994, 95? I think this is where this is from.
While his legs are crossed, Dwayne's brain informs his heart that since he was not active, it was not necessary to pump as much blood as usual.
Oh no.
At the same time, the pressure from his crossed legs caused tiny blood vessels in his lower leg to become compressed,
Yeah, don't want that to happen.
further limiting the amount of blood flow to his feet. Further limiting the amount of blood. To make things worse, The compressed nerve endings in this area alerted a part of his nervous system to release a chemical called the compressed nerve endings in this area alerted a part of his norepinephrine.
Norepinephrine.
Which restricts blood vessels even
They
further.
are indeed broken. You know what? I might quit this and then reopen it with... Actually, I don't even have to reopen it. I can just turn on sound debugging here.
As the blood supply to his foot reached lower levels, he began to lose all sensation down there. And when Dwayne finally shifted position, these same nerve endings told the body to restore normal blood flow and opened the floodgates, so to speak. That flow created the tingling, pricking pins and needles feeling we all know and dread.
What was weird, Seb, was that like quite a lot of the cast members were marked
That
deliberately
pain
as
is
loop.
all in the mind. But for Dwayne, pain is
And
all
it just doesn't make
in
sense
the
why you would have
leg.
that at all.
But for Dwayne, pain is all in the leg.
Yeah, okay, so that happened that time. Okay, so... So like that time, right? Sound cast member 99. Okay, so sound cast member 99 played. And then sound cast member 100 played. I think it was one of those two. Yeah, cast member 99 is looping. Which is leg20.aif.
But for Dwayne, pain is all in the leg.
Yeah. So like that AIF file, that external AIF file had the looping flag set to 1. And I don't know why they would do that, because it would sound weird. And is there... Oh, wait, no. Look, there's telling loop in channel 1 to stop. And that just happens too late. Okay, we'll watch the movie again. There was like another loop near the beginning. Oh, we gotta listen to him.
Dwayne Newman doesn't know it yet, but what appears to be an ordinary moment in his workaday
Sorry, I
life
forgot the intro is
is
super
about to
long.
become extraordinary. For you see, Mr. Newman has been seated at his desk for several hours, adding up hourly invoices and cash settlements for the law firm of Dewlap and Dillweed. He's about to get a cup of coffee, and for the first time in a very long time, Dwayne Newman will uncross his legs.
The horror.
While his legs are crossed, Dwayne's brain informs his heart that since he was not active, it was not necessary to pump as much blood as usual.
Okay, that's got a loop. But...
At the same time,
that makes sense. This doesn't have a loop.
the pressure from his crossed
Doesn't
legs
have a loop.
caused tiny blood vessels in his lower leg to become compressed, further limiting the amount of blood flow to his feet. Further limiting the amount of
Yeah,
blood to
okay.
make
Yeah, so that cast member, 46, Oh, okay. Maybe it's because that it because it do, yeah, all right. So we're doing telling loop in channel 1 to stop, but maybe it's just not doing that in time. Maybe we're too quick. Because yeah, if it's too quick, then oh, right. Okay. So what I think is happening, though I could be wrong, is that they are exploiting the director feature, which allows you to kind of play us. I mean, I think what's happening, right, is that when you have a looping sample and you move to a different frame, it will just finish the current sample before continuing on. And they're relying on that. I guess the transition would happen before it's had a chance to play the entire sample once. So maybe we're too slow? Could be that we're too slow. It seems like a very odd way of going about it. Like, but that's the only reason I can think of why they would put in that, why they'd use the loop instructions specifically. It's just to kind of, yeah, as a bodge to get over that gap, which I think is something that happens. Okay. What frame are we at? 100. Okay, we'll backtrack a little bit. So debug flag enable loading frame 60. I think that's before the.
While his legs are crossed, Dwayne's brain informs his heart that since he was not active, it was not necessary to pump as much blood as usual.
Yeah,
At the same
right.
time,
Let's check the lingo. There's going to be a ton.
the pressure from his crossed legs caused tiny blood vessels in his lower leg to become compressed, further limiting the amount of blood flow to his feet.
Okay, there's going to be a ton. Sound. Okay. Alright, so it does do a wait. This looks... yeah, this looks like it might be... Alright, let's put in a breakpoint for this sound wait feature. And skip back to
The pressure
frame 74. Okay. What does the sound wave feature do? Okay, it's... oh, okay. It basically just keeps polling sound busy until... and oh, okay, yeah. So if the sound is not busy, then it gets out of the loop. If it is busy, it just keeps going to the same frame over and over again. Okay, that makes sense. That's going to keep doing that.
from his crossed legs caused tiny blood vessels in his lower leg to become compressed. Further limiting the amount of...
Huh. So this is the sample. And then it basically just goes back to the same frame. And which sound channel is it checking? It's checking sound channel number 1. And cast member, and it's playing cast member 46, which is leg 10.
Further limiting the amount of blood flow to his feet.
Which has the looping flag switched on. But it should be kind of... Yeah, right. Oh. But if the looping flag is on, this isn't going to really work, is it? It's always going to be busy. Yeah, right. So, yeah, it does that. Okay, but it only... Sound weight only kind of goes to the same frame if it sounds busy. But like... 2019 exit frame. How does that even progress then? I don't get it. Because like my reading of that, right, is that okay, it plays a sample, it does this kind of little bit of busy work which kind of like forces it to go back to the same frame again and again and again until it can move on from frame 116. For frame 116, what has it got for the tempo? Okay, it's got nothing for the tempo, which means it would just continue on. But it is stuck. It is stuck. Okay, I'm gonna let it jog on until the next frame because it must find a way out. Oh, and disable sound weight because you know that's clearly doing a bunch.
Blood flow to his feet, further limiting the amount of blood. To make things worse, the compressed...
What happened to next frame?
nerve in further
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I misremembered what I called it. We want to go to next frame. Well, it's not NF. Okay. Can I breakpoint on a frame? Yes, BP frame.
Limiting the amount of blood flow to his feet.
Okay, how do we get here? Lingo is not executing, nothing to disassemble. Oh wait, no, but we got all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think you're, I think you were right, Sev, about that timekeeper class. It looks like it's doing something. See a lot of tick measuring. So much tick measuring. How about we just scroll up to like the last mention of the word sound? Okay. Okay, where does all that come into it? Okay. Step frame. Did I miss that one before? Okay, well, what does it do? Okay, so we get ticks. We get ticks at last frame. Target scale. Sorry, just having a look at the chat. Alright, so I'm probably not going to do that this stream because it's getting late and I'm going to probably wrap it up soon, but that is something to keep in mind. I want to say that, like, yeah, compatibility is in a better place than it was. We're getting places. Things are running at least. There's just an endless number of these weird edge cases, such as we discovered with like the file names, for instance. So, you know, if something is supported, then developer would have relied on it, and this is no exception. So we'll look at a couple more of these, and then I think we'll call the stream. We've had a good run. So let's go back to the main menu. And delete our breakpoint. Oh, and I got it turned off. Tell me about the mind. Memory or sleeping and dreaming? I think the dream one's going to be the weirdest, so. Does everybody dream? What do our dreams mean? What makes us sleepy? Why do we daydream? Why do we need to sleep? You know, that is a good mystery. Why do we need to sleep? A more accurate mystery is what is the movie called for how do we need and of course it's main.dxr, so they're all kind of Okay. How rem? How can? Is it called motion? No. Summary. wmsleepy.dxr. Oh, okay, close enough. Horrifying. Horrifying, and also another case where the audio doesn't work, because this time the path for the audio is apparently Q drive 2050Q to be protected audio sleepo2.aif. So I'm guessing this is like someone's SCSI drive which got copied into Director. But thanks to Director's, boundless ways that it will just let you run any old slop, it works fine. Or rather, it works fine in the original, and it does not work fine here. So we got to fix that. Okay, come on. Don't want to end on that. What do my dreams mean?
Hello, can I help you?
What a strange dream. Wonder what it meant. What do our dreams mean? Psychologists are the real authorities on this subject. Just for fun, let's look at some common dreams to see what the experts think.
I'm sure this will be very accurate. Like nothing else about... Yeah. If nothing else, this is going to be the most accurate area on the CD.
Did you ever dream you were falling? Psychologists think this could be a sign of insecurity or a loss of self-control.
Okay. So...
How
Bob
about a
really
dream
went all
where
out
you were
with
being
his
followed or
animations.
chased by something you couldn't even see? Well, this night terror could mean a couple of things. You're feeling guilty over trying to get away with something. Or some part of your life seems beyond control. Or maybe you feel like someone's out to get you. Here's a dream you might have had at one time.
Members of the party, I humbly accept your nomination.
Undressed in public. I hate those. That could mean you're feeling some sort of guilt or unworthiness. Or on the opposite end, it might
This is
mean you want
really
to
telling
loosen up,
about,
shed your inhibitions.
About our mate Bob's inner psyche, I feel.
But not all dreams have negative
Yeah,
meanings.
work on your self-esteem,
For
buddy.
example, have you ever dreamed you could fly? This means you probably feel pretty good about yourself, or that you finally achieved a long-awaited goal.
The animation on this CD is good.
Here's hoping all your dreams are flying ones.
Alright. Factoid, please. I want factoids. It just occurred to me that the factoid screen has got a screwed up palette, and it... I guess I just didn't notice it before, but I'll add that to the list of stuff that's broken. Okay. Up palette on factoid screen. I'm curious. What's the cast member? So it's cast member 501. Right. Okay, and that's got... So looking at this, the factoid has... Yeah, it's a, okay, it's a bitmap that's in the cast. It's 8 BPP, and it's got a palette of -1, which is the default Mac palette. What palette are we using now? I think it should tell us on the top of... Okay, the default is -1, which is the Mac palette. And the current palette is not that. It is member 2087. Which is the Windows palette. Okay. So... I feel this may be a case of director trying to do the right thing when it sees a palette ID assigned against a cast member, when really it shouldn't. It should just... Well, wait. No, that's right. So the default palette is... Oh wait, but that's right. There's like a flag. Because yeah, I think there's also like a... Oh no, there's a movie flag. So there's a movie flag which determines whether or not it does weird remapping things. I believe it's in here. What do we got? The repalette... Yeah, so the remap palettes when needed flag 0. It should not be doing that. I don't know why it's drawn it weird. It should be kind of just... Well, I guess that's what it... Well, it's not changing the... we can check. So the question is it drawing the image correctly, but the colors just happen to be wrong and need to be remapped? Or is it remapping the colors when it really shouldn't be? So, debug, flag, enable images. So, I think it was images, which is the debug flag, which should tell us that. Excuse me. Cast member. Yeah, so I've got images and I've got loading, and they're both... Oh, right. It's because yeah. It's not showing anything because it's got the cast member cached already. So we need to reload this movie. So reload that. Hit the factoid button. Yeah, it's loaded the bitmap cast member. Maybe it's not dithering it. There should be a log message that was in here. Yeah, okay. So like this is the point where it should hit if it's dithering it, and it shouldn't. Doesn't look like it's hitting that. So maybe it is the wrong palette after all, which would be unfortunate. But I mean that's very wrong. Hey. Oh. Screen on factoid screen. Cool. Well, we've learned a lot of A lot of life scrape mysteries here, but I think it's time to just go listen to The Cure. Oh, and I forgot to turn off debug mode. Ah. Oh, how do we cure a cold? Okay. Why is it looping forever? Oh, that's how it works.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
The national sniffer.
Why, that's impossible.
Never miss an issue.
There's no cure for the common cold. And here's why. First, we have to understand the common cold is not really one disease. Actually, it's a collection of symptoms. Actually, it's a collection, like a runny nose, sore throat, and coughing that's usually caused by a virus. Now, here's the important part. Now, here's the important different viruses are known to cause cold symptoms.
No.
Over
it's
because
gone
of this
wrong.
high number different of viruses are known to cause.
Oh, it's all like it's too many sounds. Far too many sounds. Alright. I'll say Q.dxr plays too many sounds at once.
It's virtually impossible to find a cure. It's virtually... Let's look at a magnification of a virus in close-up. Let's look at a magnification of a... Most viruses are fairly simple in construction. Most viruses are fairly simple. Just some DNA or RNA, which are the genetic material of a cell, surrounded by a coating of protein. Surrounded by a coating of protein. Surrounded by a coating of protein. But these little particles invade the cells of your nose and throat and alter the cell's chemical makeup. In effect, the virus changes the cell into a sort of incubator, so it can make more viruses, so it can make more viruses, so it can make more viruses. And the new viruses spread to other cells to start the process over. And the new viruses spread to other cells. In the case of cold viruses, in the case of modern science has not found a way to conquer this process. All they can really do is treat the symptoms, which is why you see medicines for relieving coughs, runny noses, stuffy noses, sore throats, sneezing, etc. All they can really do is treat the symptoms, which is why. So, while there's no cure for the common cold, there is relief. There is, just for fun, you might want to look at some of the supposed cold cures that have been around for ages. Just click the activity icon to start, or click the forward button,
I think we've got to check out the activity.
Let's get started.
A lot of love went into the CD. I'm here for it. I mean...
Let's get started.
I mean, it's broken. It's very broken, but... They tried. They really tried. Look, that one. That one was fine. Did I say... Oh, I didn't say which one it was. One of the screens had a screwed up palette. Actually, what am I saying? It'll be in the scroll back for here. So the one before the queue was Dremsmen. Whereas if I go draw cast here, and then load the factoid again. Actually, what was it? It was 502. Okay. Yeah, okay. That has the palette set to the right thing. Because that'll be the same palette as we have set here in the channels. Yeah, 2087, so it matches up. But the other one does not. So what it could mean is that maybe checking for the remap palette button is not what we should be doing. Perhaps, because yeah, it wasn't. Maybe we need to remap the colors even if the flag isn't set. All right. Tell me more about this activity, specifically how I do it.
Let's get started.
Remedy.dxr. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm just having a look at the code that is whizzing through in the background here. Buffering a lot of files. So many files. And it's all leading up to this remedy.dxr. So which method are we in? Ooh, okay. It's doing a billion get nth file and folder calls. So it's good stuff. Yep. All right. But it's not changing movie. Why no change movie? Oh, right, because it's calling the stupid the DLL. The DLL which we do not have. Because like this thing don't work. Well, let's cheat anyway. We'll see this and then we'll call the stream. Did that work? Yes.
Click on the different remedies to hear more about them, or click on the Done button when you're finished. Click on the different remedies to hear more about them, or click on the Done button when you're finished. Click on the different remedies to hear more about them, or click on the Done button when you're finished. Click on the different remedies to hear more.
Yeah, okay. So this, I like this. This is actually like a probably easier to isolate incident of the audio looping bug, mostly because we're not like on another, we're not on Rails. It should just be doing it properly, but it's not happening. I can see it's got that same timekeeper class happening in the background, which is not kind of not doing its job, or possibly we're not kind of picking up on the right signal from that. Remedy.dxr.
More about them. The old-fashioned warm mustard plaster poultice. A favourite remedy from an earlier era. The heat probably eased some of the chest congestion, while the mustard fumes may have irritated the nasal lining. while the mustard which promoted drainage of the sinuses and the flushing out of virus particles, which promoted drainage of the sinuses and the flushing out of virus particles.
Finish that time. That's alright, OJ.
There's some controversy over whether high dosages will improve or prevent a cold. Everyone agrees increasing your daily vitamin C by a small amount won't hurt you. And drinking orange juice is a good way to replenish lost fluids. Many physicians recommend gargling with salt water. Warm, salty water helps flush out the mucus in your throat, which can contain virus particles. It also acts as a temporary pain reliever.
I love that temporary pain relief. I mean... surely you'd go straight for the surgery if you had a sore throat.
A tablespoon of honey mixed with lemon juice may soothe and relieve a sore throat, but only temporarily. A tablespoon of honey. The taste sure beats most of the stuff they sell in the drugstore, though.
And finally, chicken soup. This has got to be it. This is the cold cure.
Homemade chicken soup.
Wait, what?
Homemade chicken soup. The
Terrifying.
liquid keeps your respiratory tract moist and helps replace the fluids lost during a cold. The steam from the soup helps clear the clogged nasal passages. And some research indicates the enzyme components in the soup may actually help fight the cold viruses.
The important thing is just make sure that the chicken has like all the feathers intact when you put it in the pot.
May actually help fight the cold viruses.
Alright, well, that was a little insight into life's greatest mysteries. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, but quite a fun kind of little multimedia sort of compendium of, well, the self-proclaimed greatest mysteries in life, all solved in one. I'm gonna just stop this to kind of kill the music. Yeah, and also, as it turns out to be a bounty of like brand new ways that Macromedia director can break, or at the very least just kind of like edge cases which you have to deal with. So at the end of all of that, we came up with the progress bar being busted, so something to do with like dragging and dropping. The whole sound looping issue that we've just gone through there, that seems to be some kind of like demonic interaction between an inbuilt, like a homemade timer class and the sound looping feature. Screwed up palette on a couple of screens. I'm guessing that's just down to like, that feature is really fiddly. Like in that particular case, it had like a different palette set, but I know that in other titles like Gahan Wilson's Haunted House, I think does it. Yeah, it'll just pick wrong palettes. Like it'll just have completely wrong IDs in there, and you just have to kind of know that those aren't to be trusted. And I thought that the movie flag dealt with that, but apparently not. The menu, just like, look at it. It's all over the place. Like we've got so many things wrong with this bad boy. Yeah. Oh, audio cast members just being in a completely different spot, like on a SCSI drive that doesn't exist. Yeah, so apparently we just got to like fix our fallback detection to kind of like progressively like snip bits off the front of the path until it works. Because honestly, that's the only way I think that it would work. Because do we have? Oh, I really need to add to this list the current search path. That would be very useful. So we can then compare whether or not, for instance, like audio 2 or like those audio paths are like added to the search path and it's relying on that. I don't think they are, but only one way to check. And yeah, that's about it. But aside, and the missing X object for the menu, which, truth be told, didn't look like it would be like too much of a big deal to stub out. So I'm actually kind of like I quite like this. So I might kind of go away, stub out the menu so that it works, and then maybe we'll come back and have a look at and maybe kind of like look into a few of these issues, and then maybe we'll just kind of come back and see if we can make, graduate this to working, because I feel this is definitely kind of a title worth kind of fixing up or sorting out. But yeah, we've been streaming for 3 and a bit hours, so I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you again so much, everyone, for watching. Try not to have too many nightmares about the first game we streamed. I'm still kind of gonna, weighing up whether or not to kind of like cut that one out of the archive, just due to how kind of disturbing it was. And yeah, I will see you all later. Night, everybody.